and welcome here to TalkFCB, and welcome back to the channel here today, guys, for plenty more Barca news coming your way, because today we're going to be talking about the likes of Lamine Yamal, Ferran Torres, Marc Bernal, and Gavi is discussed in today's video, and plenty more as well coming up for you. Thank you indeed for the outstanding support right now, and let's get to it, because indeed, guys, when it comes to these super thanks donations right now, they are absolutely fantastic. We have plenty of support coming in from Nigeria. Big thank you there for the kindness. We've also got Amin from the USA. Really appreciate that support. And one right here from Chris in Australia. We have support from all over the world coming in. It's incredible to see. And thank you indeed, guys. It really does help me and the channel. And I really appreciate it. And let's kick off today with some news from the club. Official news here on Marc Bernal, because today it was confirmed that Bernal underwent surgery this morning in Barcelona to repair the injury to his left ACL and external meniscus. And the fantastic news that was announced by the club is that surgery was a complete success, which is always a big relief when it comes to injuries like this. What you want is everything to run nice and smooth. We saw with Hansi, of course, the last thing you want is complications. With this type of injury, the severity of it, you want everything to go well. So great news today on Bernal. Now, the club also confirmed, though, that he will indeed be out after this surgery for 12 months of action while he recovers, which, of course, it's a huge blow. That's a long time to be away, and even more so after the kind of potential that he was showing. It's such a shame that we had to lose him after such an exciting breakthrough. And, of course, we're going to be talking as well about Gavi today. We're going to be going through his situation, and it is a long road back, and it can be very tough, but believe me, we are all going to be behind Bernal. We are all going to be giving him support every single step of the way. He will be back, and we'll be here waiting and excited to see him out there again in a Barca shirt. There was also, though, some official news breaking today concerning our very own Hansi Flick, because even despite La Liga's best efforts, I'm sure they were looking around thinking, who else could be our coach of the month? Is there anybody else who deserves this award? Surely we can't give it to Barca. Well, you know what? You literally couldn't pick anyone else. We are top of the league. Hansi Flick has delivered 4 out of 4 wins, a perfect record in his time as Barca coach, and that is why he is the August coach of the month in La Liga. 13 goals scored for Barca, including a 7-0 victory. Just 3 goals conceded and 12 out of 12 points. Hansi Flick has already picked up an accolade in La Liga. It did not take him long to get underway, but of course we all know this is only the beginning. He will want more. He will be demanding more from everybody, including from himself. And hopefully this is only the start of what's to come. But indeed, guys, there is also plenty to discuss right now on the Spain front, because they actually played yesterday away at Switzerland, got a very good result indeed. But I just want to say a huge thank you to Robin Lenormand for getting a red card, which meant that as a result, Pedri had to be subbed off early. 27 minutes gone in the game there. A tactical change had to be made. Pedri, unfortunately for him, had to come off. But fortunately for Barca, we've got our player rested, and we've got him back without any injury problems, and that there is cause for celebration. And then there's Lamine Yamal, guys, who just took 4 minutes, that's all it took, 4 minutes to register yet another assist on the international stage. He is on fire right now, and what an assist it was as well for Joselu. He was toying with the Switzerland defence on the right-hand side, turning them inside and out. Then he just stood up, a beautiful cross to the back post, begging to be finished off, and Joselu there headed it home to give Spain the lead. And I just want to run you through a few quick stats here when it comes to Lamine Yamal right now. He has played 16 games for the Spanish national team, 3 goals in that time, and 9 assists in 16 games. He has been directly involved there in a goal every 86 minutes. That is extraordinary. For any player, it's incredible. He is 17, and he did a lot of that, by the way, when he was 16. Involved in a goal every 86 minutes. That is incredible. And let me go further, guys, because that now means that Lamine Yamal has more goal contributions to Spain than Vinicius Jr. has for Brazil. In less than half the appearances. He is doing unbelievable things right now, and it turns out that Yamal actually has more assists for Spain than Vinicius and Rodrigo put together have for Brazil. He is doing extraordinary things. He is on another level, and things actually got even better last night, because even after that brilliant assist, Yamal too got some surprising rest in this game, because he was actually subbed off there at half-time, which, after what we discussed yesterday about managing his minutes and making sure here that both Barca and Spain are taking it upon themselves to help the player and make sure that he's being looked after, that is fantastic to see there. Yamal getting a half of rest, and he now too also returns injury-free, ready for Barca. And it got even better for us, because it really was a very, very productive night for Barca, because after Yamal went off at half-time, who came on to replace him? It was Ferran Torres, and even despite Spain having 10 men, Ferran had a real impact on this game. He assisted there Fabian Ruiz to put Spain 3-1 up, and then 3 minutes later, he scores himself, and it was a really good goal as well. Very composed finish there, slotting it home past the goalkeeper to make it 4-1. And this, of course, follows on from the goal that he scored just before the break against Valladolid. That was important there for his confidence. And I think it's even more interesting because this is the kind of role, ideally, that Hansi Flick wants Ferran in. He wants him to be there, somebody who can come off the bench, who can be an important member of the squad, but coming off the bench once the game opens up. You know, I've said before, I don't believe he should be a starter. I don't think at Barca Ferran should be starting in our lineup, ideally with everybody fit, but coming off the bench, he has a part to play. You know, every player in this squad is going to be important. With the amount of games we've got coming up, we need to rotate, we need depth, we need players there who can do things when called upon. Ferran here, he's contributing in front of goal, he is directly involved in plenty of them right now, and it's going to be interesting to see just how Hansi Flick continues to deploy him in Barca colours in these coming weeks. But if we do indeed, guys, move on to a player that I always enjoy talking about, and especially because he is slowly but surely closing in on his return to this team. Let's talk now about Gavi, because for sure he is one of the players that we are most excited about it all under Hansi Flick, in this kind of team, playing with this kind of intensity and pace and pressure. That is Gavi. That is Gavi all over as a player. He's going to fit in perfectly, and we are counting down the minutes until that is possible, because I think that, honestly, people often forget, especially outside of Barcelona, that we have a generational talent sitting on the sidelines, and he's been there now for month upon month upon month. We've been missing such a key player in this team. When is the horror going to end? When are we going to get him back in this team? Because obviously he got injured in November of 2023, and it is still expected, guys, that he's going to return 1 year on. He is expected back still in November, because for an ACL injury and, of course, an associated injury to the meniscus as well, it's always expected there about 12 months. That's the kind of time frame that you get, and it's always been said by the club, we are aiming for November. And I think what we're going to see now is no chance of rushing this. After such a long recovery and such a long road back for Gavi, it's been a really tough time for him. The last thing you're going to want to do now is cut any corners at the very final hurdle. He's made it this far. He's come through the really difficult days. This is the final stretch now. These are the final months. He's so close to that return. I don't think it'll actually be too long before we actually see him properly reintroduced to training sessions there with the squad. Maybe you're thinking about another month, another few weeks before we see him back with his teammates, reintegrating him into that group. But it's going to be a great feeling just to see him back with the squad on the training ground. But it is going to take time, guys, and I've got to stress that here with Gavi, to reintroduce him to the team, to training, to matches then. It's going to be a process, because after spending 12 months away, you're going to need to reintroduce him very, very slowly. And I think it's also going to be tough, I've got to be honest, because it's Gavi. Because this is a player, don't forget, that when he's out there, whenever he's involved in any competitive action, he's all or nothing. He is willing to leave it all out there for the cause, and it's impossible for him to play at anything less than 100%. So we're almost going to have to here hold him back at times and just say, look, you've got to take it slow. You've got to ease your way back in because he is full throttle. That is why we love him. That is why we all cannot wait to see him back out there on the field. And we're not even alone, because very recently I thought it was a great quote coming in from Pedri. He said, I speak with Gavi almost every single day. And he said, I cannot wait. I cannot wait to play with him again. We've missed those two together, and especially, like I say, in a Hansi Flick team now, with the way our midfield is looking and the way that we're able to allow players freedom and to combine as well, we might see real, genuine combination play with these two. That is special. That is exciting. And like I say, we are in the home straight now, not too long left to wait. So that indeed, guys, right now is the very latest Barca news coming your way. And I think what we're all thinking right now is that it's less than 1 week until this international break is done, until Barca are finally back on our screens. We are counting down the days here. We are even counting down the minutes. So let me know, guys, in the comments down below how you're feeling right now, what your thoughts are on the Spanish national team and the way that our Barca players were in action last night. And indeed, let me know your full thoughts as well on Gavi and his recovery and return. I will see you all soon, of course, where there will be plenty more coming your way. Thank you indeed for your support, and for all of you here right across the world tuning in. But until next time, as always, Visca el Barça.